I strongly support this amendment. I think the gentleman from Louisiana made a fundamental point is this is now. This is as we speak.
Right.
50 facilities in 11 weeks. And as the gentleman points out, this all started after the leaked draft opinion, the Dobbs opinion that was leaked. I mean, these are, and the gentleman knows this because he represented these entities, but these are facilities where they help moms and expecting moms with clothes for children, with diapers, with formula, with food, with furniture for their apartments or homes. I mean, this is the Lord's work they're doing, and they have never seen anything like this, where in an 11-week time frame, 50 of these, along with some churches, have been systematically and for this sustained effort to target them simply because they're pro-life. And as the gentleman pointed out, if we can let bureaucrats at the Department of Education get an exemption, bureaucrats at the Department of Agriculture, but we're not going to let people who serve expecting mothers and mothers at centers that have been targeted systematically by the left 50 in 11 weeks, oh my goodness. This is as timely and as needed as any amendment could be. And I would yield additional time to the gentleman from Louisiana to talk more about his great amendment.
I thank you, the gentleman from Ohio. This is really outrageous, the opposition to this. The hubris of members of this committee to suggest that these people would not be able to defend themselves. Look, in these centers, you have some of the most vulnerable people in our population. You have, women sometimes in late stages of pregnancy. You have older ladies serving them, younger ladies there. They often don't have budgets for security measures. They don't have security guards outside these facilities. These are just peaceful, law-abiding citizens, and they should have the right to defend themselves. The last I checked, at least in the last 11 weeks, guys, maybe I'm missing some records, but I don't think there's any bureaucrats at the Department of Agriculture who have had any of their offices firebombed or threatened. I don't think anybody's after them, but good for them. Good for them. They can have these weapons for self-protection, but the most vulnerable can't. I mean, it's a slap in the face. Obviously we believe all this is unconstitutional anyway, but the idea that you should be able to pick and choose which among the American citizens get to defend themselves with these weapons is, to me, absolutely outrageous. And heaven forbid, and we better pray, heaven forbid something doesn't happen at one of these facilities. I yield to back to Ms. Jordan, to Mr. Bishop.
I thank the ranking member, and it does point out another aspect of this, because the Democrats said we're not confiscating anybody's weapons under this bill. We're going to leave the weapons that are outstanding. But Mr. Johnson's amendment points up how problematic that is. If you have someone who's never seen fit or been compelled by circumstances to feel it necessary to have a weapon for self-defense, but then that person comes under mortal threat, that's when someone, particularly as Mr. Biggs has pointed out, didn't talk about a man or a woman, but someone who is slight of build, might want an AR-15 or a weapon like that in order to be able to handle it and defend themselves well. And that's the situation in which the Democrats seek to impose this ban. You want to take the people who are newly subject to a threat, in this case, pregnancy resource centers, for nothing that they have done, and in fact, they've done nothing but care for people, but those hostile to them have come out, or hostile to life, have decided to victimize them with threats of violence and violent acts. And so if at that unfortunate point, someone in one or more of those circumstances would want to provide for the defense of people who are coming to that center or the employees there by having available a firearm banned under this law, they're out of luck. 20 million, there are maybe 24 million modern sporting rifles in the United States, but someone who now needs one because of a mortal threat, the Democrats would bar from protecting. I yield back to the ranking member.
And under the language of the bill, if someone wants to give those women who are at that crisis pregnancy center one of the weapons banned under the legislation, if they don't go through an FFL, they're in trouble. They're criminals. So you got a situation that is timely, that is present, where they're threatening these and attacking these facilities, and if you want to help them, provide them a weapon, oh, you're going to be in big trouble if you do that.
Gentleman's time has expired. Who seeks recognition? Ms. Tiffany?